What's the significance of this?
$500 million. It's like another acquisition if you think about
Content
it. The
pays,
scale of
right?
Content pays, and you know he's likened to Steven Spielberg. I mean, in a lot of ways, I think it's an apt comparison. But
even with the lost finale.
Even with the lost finale, right? I don't know if you guys caught that. I think the key thing here is locking down talent in the age of streaming. It's a defensive measure as much as it is an offensive measure, which means if he wants to do stuff for Paramount or Disney or Netflix, you got to get AT&T's permission first.
But 500 million, what does that mean exactly? The deal valued at 500.
So it actually could go higher, right? So what it really means is that of all the different things that you're producing, movies, TV, video games for that matter, we get right of first refusal. We want to see it first. We want to decide whether we want it or not. And then, you know, we're guaranteeing you $500 million. It could go higher if we end up buying more from you, right? If we want you to do more stuff with us going forward.
Abrams is a creator. He's an auteur. He's not a real piece of intellectual property. He's not a franchise, right? He's not the Star Wars movies. He's not Marvel. So, I mean, it's a big bet to say that somebody's going to subscribe to a streaming service based on the fact that you have this star power behind it.
So here's the thing. Again, it's like it's as much of keeping him away from the other guys as it is like keeping in your house. They're going to use him, of course. They're going to try to buy as much stuff from him as possible. And that's, you know, there's a content cold war that's developing, right? It used to be there were producers and creators who made stuff, sold it to any number of distributors, whether CBS or Netflix or Paramount or Disney. So that sort of is now changing, right? The economics of Hollywood are changing where I own the content, I keep it for myself.
Is he a movie guy? Does this suggest that the competition for content is now focused as much on movies as it was TV? Or, I mean, the fact that he dabbles in everything, kind of, that's not really the play here.
He does everything. I think that's why it's so valuable. That's why the number is as high as it is. And some might argue it's not high enough, maybe, given everything that he's doing. So, and also, we don't know the term. We don't know the length of the deal. It's at least 2 years. It's probably closer to 5 or 6 or 7 years, something like that. And, you know, it locks him in. I think it's a risk for him as well in terms of, well, if he wants to go elsewhere with other things, it's harder to do that. Doesn't mean he can't do that, but it makes it harder.
Seems like it would give AT&T big credibility in the space.
Huge credibility, and, you know, it's taken over. You know, John Stankey, who now runs it, the former part of AT&T, he never had any real experience in media or technology, in media or entertainment. This is a clear example of, like, you know what, you got to pay for it. He's willing to pay for it.
The huge cost of the content wars, another kind of highlight for Roku, which is the way to play over the top without having to get into this battle to bid up for content.
Maybe why the stock goes up every day.
Right.